So you've heard that the health and fitness niche is minting affiliate millionaires, and you want to get in on the action. Good choice, because as it turns out, a whopping 70% of the total product sales on ClickBank in the last 90 days have come from a health or fitness product. We're talking everything from dietary supplements to recipe books to exercise programs. But here is the problem. Health offers are ultra competitive, compliance is tricky, and things move super fast in this niche.
No, God, please, no!
So if you want to find success as a health and fitness affiliate who can pile up those $150+ commissions per sale, then you need to watch this video. By the end, you'll know which health sub-niches are scaling best right now, how top affiliates pick traffic sources and structure their funnels for success, and how to avoid some of the biggest compliance and refund traps in this niche. By the way, I'm Daniel Thrasher, Senior Content Manager at ClickBank, and in creating this video, I chatted with Kyle Meredith, one of our business development managers who works with top ClickBank health and fitness clients. And these are the businesses that generate $5 million per year in sales or more. So let's go through what's actually working behind the scenes with 7 key lessons for health and fitness affiliate marketing success. Lesson 1, health and fitness is the ultimate broad appeal niche. So think about this. On ClickBank, health and fitness currently represents 3/4 of all the product sales on our marketplace. And the vast majority of ClickBank's top clients, including both sellers and affiliates, operate in the health and fitness niche. I was actually fortunate to interview many of these ClickBank customers over the past couple years. Affiliates like Jen LeCompte, Francisco Valenzuela, Isabella Fucano, and Lucas Lino. So let's talk about what health and fitness means as a niche, and then I'll share why it's so profitable for affiliate marketers. First, here's the definition for health and fitness as we think of it at ClickBank. Health encompasses physical, mental, and social well-being, while fitness is the ability to perform daily tasks with energy. Combined, this niche runs the gamut. Remember, dietary supplements all the way to exercise programs. So let me share a few examples of popular ClickBank health products on the marketplace right now. On the supplement side, we have things like Java Burn for weight loss, Prostavive for men's prostate health, Prodentum for dental health, Joint Genesis for joint health, and New Era Protect for women's bladder support. And some digital products, including the Smoothie Diet for weight loss, the Brain Song for memory, and Pelvic Floor Strong for a strong pelvic floor. If you just take a quick look at the first page of ClickBank's marketplace, you can see how diverse the sub-niches and product types are within the health and fitness category. Now, keep in mind that the top products on ClickBank can change, but the principles of health and fitness basically stay the same. And with that in mind, here are a few of the reasons why this niche is so lucrative for both affiliates and sellers. Let me show you on my sketchpad here. So we have high demand, we have massive audience, we have high payouts, and we have wide targeting. So breaking this down, we have high demand, which is basically we're tackling huge chronic health problems that reach almost everyone on the planet. Everybody has health, and most people have some kind of health problem. Next, a similar one with this massive audience, the idea here being health is wealth. So there are older people out there, they have more disposable income that they're willing to spend on health solutions, and they also have more health problems. So that works out really well. And then we have high payouts. Basically, in the health and fitness niche, average order values, or AOVs, is what a customer would spend in a single purchase. And these days for health offers, that AOV can top $350, which means there are much higher potential payouts for you as an affiliate, either as a percentage or a flat rate. That translates to payouts that could be up to $200 or more per sale. And then we have wide targeting. This is broad friendly for wide targeting on cold traffic channels. Ultimately, we have a massive audience with buying power and high motivation to address their health and fitness pain points, which is exactly why health and fitness is such an attractive affiliate marketing niche. Before we move on, let's highlight a few more details to know about health and fitness. So the biggest health pain points or sub-niches in the health and fitness niche broadly are weight loss, blood sugar, joints, heart, hearing, vision, respiratory, and beauty. The demographics tend to be 40 plus, maybe a little more affluent or more liquid cash. They tend to have established careers or they're already retired. And then AOVs, $158 kind of on the lower end and up to like $350 or more on many of these funnels, which is up substantially from the $180 to $200 AOVs that supplements were getting a couple years ago. In fact, the traditional 136 bottle supplement funnel has transitioned into a more common 236 bottle funnel option, which has raised the floor on that average order value per sale. So for affiliates, with those higher AOVs, you now have more room to earn a high CPA or revenue share percentage per sale, and that means you can afford to run paid media to ClickBank health offers. It also allows you to go broad on cold traffic because these problems like weight loss, blood sugar, they're widespread, they're not very niche. And if you're a seller, offer owners have actually been pricing their products higher deliberately over the past few years, which allows them to pay more per sale to those affiliates and attract the most talented media buyers and email list managers. Okay, now that you know what the health and fitness niche is and why it's such a lucrative product category to join as a seller or an affiliate, or both, let's get to know the ideal audience you'll be targeting. All right, lesson 2, the ideal health and fitness audience to target. If you want to succeed in any kind of marketing, not just affiliate marketing, you need to know who you're talking to. You're gonna ask questions like, who are they, what are their problems, and what are they looking to solve? So let's answer that question together as applied to the health and fitness niche. I'm gonna sketch out an ideal customer profile for the core audience. All right, so we have demographics, and they are age. So your core audience is gonna be 40 plus, and sweet spot, let's say ages 45 to 65. For gender, this is gonna depend on the sub niche. Basically, if it's like more general or weight loss, that's gonna skew towards a female audience. Things like blood sugar and men's health offers, prostate, heart, will tend to skew more male. And then geography, that's gonna be US, Canada, UK, Australia, basically your tier 1 geos. And then some financial details, working or retired with disposable income. So these are not necessarily ultra wealthy people, but they can afford a $150 cart if they think that the product is gonna help them. Now for psychographics, I'll just go through this real quick. A psychographic refers to how your ideal customer thinks and feels. So essentially, when a customer is buying something, they're not really just buying, a supplement like a pill, a cream, or vial, or even a digital program. What they're buying is a believable path back to how they used to feel. If you're taking notes, I would write that one down. Now, they've already tried multiple things already. Fad diets, maybe random supplements from Amazon, maybe some workout challenges, even medications. And so at this point, they're feeling increasingly skeptical. They've already seen big promises in the past that didn't pan out. So this time it has to feel more real for them to take action. Some of their motivations, they want to feel lighter, they want to have more energy, they want to move without pain. Often they want to be there for their kids or their grandkids or their spouse. They want to be able to travel or do their hobbies. And in terms of emotional drivers, things like fear of decline, fear of illness, fear of losing independence. Hope is usually more around that there's time to turn things around to the way they used to be. Identity, things like, well, they don't really feel themselves as old, they're just a little bit behind on where they thought they would be in their health. And then behavior and buying patterns, these are not hardcore biohackers, they're not some like 65-year-old tech bro who's trying to live forever. They don't want 20 complicated steps, they don't want complex lab reports, they just want something simple, something easy that they can follow. So that's why you'll often see these hooks and these unique mechanisms, which we'll talk about in a bit, that are focused around clear routines, like just take 2 capsules with breakfast. And they want to see stories of people that are just like them who got results. They want to see visuals that feel relatable and not intimidating. So rather than some B-roll of a super shredded model, they just want to see like an everyday grandparent who's looking happy and looking vital, like they have health and vitality. And these people often come from pretty familiar places online, like your Facebook feed, the YouTube auto suggestions, email lists, not necessarily intent-based searches. And that is why broad emotion-driven hooks work so well. So hopefully all of that provides a pretty clear picture of the audience that will respond to health offers. One quick tip, most of the top affiliate offers on ClickBank feature an affiliate page, and that comes with resources and demographic data for affiliates. So I just shared really broad information that could apply across the board generally, but you can find out what is actually true specific to the offer you want to promote, usually coming straight from the seller. So as an example, New Era Protect is the ultimate support system for women over 40 who want to take charge of their bladder health and live life fully leak-free. Or take Neuro Energizer, which has a dedicated demographics section on their affiliate page, broken down by sections like age, gender, device, location, and traffic sources. The bottom line is you should have plenty of general information and offer specific details about the audience you're aiming at when you craft your affiliate campaigns. Now it's time to dive deeper into one of the most important lessons for the health and fitness niche. Lesson 3, best traffic sources for health offers. Part of knowing who your audience is includes figuring out where they spend time online. These days, affiliate marketing basically just equals digital marketing, so you need to think through where that core health buyer actually hangs out on the internet, because that's how you're gonna reach them. So as I'll discuss more in a little bit, most of the health offers on ClickBank are built around a cold traffic mechanism. I know that sounds jargony, but don't worry. It just means that you as the affiliate are bringing potential customers to a product and getting them to make a purchase without them having a prior relationship or knowledge of that seller or brand or product. Under that model, the top paid media channels, hands down, are Facebook ads and YouTube ads. Even with higher costs and other challenges, these two platforms are still the best places to get in front of lots of health buyers. But other smaller channels can work well too, including native ad networks like Newsbreak, TikTok, and other niche ad networks. But with that said, of course, it may be best to hold off on running traffic with these platforms until you're a more advanced affiliate. So here's a little bit about each traffic source and why they work well. So first we have Facebook. This is a general purpose platform where people go to just visit their friends, they're scanning news headlines, they're engaging with whatever interesting content they find, and they're basically just scrolling. This platform includes both image and video-based content and ads. Most importantly though, Facebook has billions of active users around the world, and they allow you to do all kinds of audience targeting in their ads manager, from broad to interest-based targeting and even with lookalike audiences. There are plenty of ways to dial in who actually sees your ads. Image ads can also work on Facebook, but video hooks tend to work best for supplements. Next, we have YouTube. YouTube can be kind of expensive, but it is excellent because of something called platform congruency. In other words, when you do a YouTube ad, you're matching both the format and intent of the platform, which is a video that's designed to teach someone something. And that leads super well into the most common type of sales page, which is the video sales letter. Basically, if they're on YouTube to watch videos, they watch your video ad, and then they go on to watch a well-crafted VSL, that feels like a natural next step. Next, we have email, which sometimes flies under the radar in affiliate marketing, but it's actually an extremely powerful traffic source. In fact, I just checked and email is still our #1 channel right now based on gross dollars, even beyond Facebook ads. So that means affiliates can make use of email if they run paid traffic through an opt-in page before pointing leads towards their affiliate product. Don't sleep on the email marketing route. And then lastly, we have specialized traffic sources. I've got here this in that represents the Newsbreak logo, but that could include other specialized ad networks or native platforms that are alternatives to big tech platforms like Facebook and YouTube. The most popular ones that we're recommending right now are Newsbreak, Snapchat, Rumble, AdsKeeper, and other native platforms like Taboola, RevContent, Outbrain, or MGID. The caveat here though is these are pricey and they're gonna have a more limited audience, certainly than a Facebook or a YouTube. So your targeting and your messaging have to be on point. We can't discuss traffic sources without also mentioning the health offer funnel that top affiliates rely on to generate those triple-digit sales. So here is what it looks like. First, you start with a traffic source like Facebook or YouTube. You're gonna have just a simple little video ad, something like that. When they click, from there, it will take them to your pre-lander, which is a page, maybe it looks like this. You'll have like some sort of thumbnail image. You'll have like a big headline here, maybe a couple bullet points, and then probably have something like watch video as the CTA, and this right here is your tracking link. This is how you're gonna get credit for the sale, and when they click that button, it will take them to the seller's pitch page. So for that one, it'll look something like this. You might have an image or a video of the product, and at some point, they will see a button to buy the product, and when they do that, and go on to make the purchase, then you will get your commission. This is essentially what that affiliate funnel looks like. A couple more points to keep in mind. Remember that a platform like Facebook or YouTube is built and engineered carefully to keep people scrolling and engaging on that platform rather than leaving it. So your job, competing with thousands of tech engineers using psychology, is to get someone to actually stop the scroll, look at your ad, click it, and then continue going through that funnel. How do you do that? It probably is gonna require a strong video hook as opposed to a static image or just simple text. The other thing I'll say is, obviously in order to make this happen, you need to have some kind of landing page to serve as that bridge page or pre-lander, whatever you wanna call it. So the good news is we have you covered with a landing page solution. It's super easy. You can check that out in the description. But again, all of this is only possible if you're able to hook the user in that first stage of this funnel. So what exactly makes a hook work? How do you know what to say in your ad to sell the click to your bridge page? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's time for us to cover angles, hooks, and the unique mechanism, the linchpins of any affiliate campaign. Lesson 4, health angles, hooks, and unique mechanisms. There is a famous exercise in the world of sales popularized by the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort.
Sell me this pen.
And that is a great thought experiment because a pen is such a simple everyday object. It leaves a lot of room for creativity and how you can make something this simple as appealing as possible to a potential buyer. It also makes it crystal clear that knowing your audience and their needs is way more important than some specific feature of whatever you're selling. You can talk about the fancy material that a pen is made of, but nobody cares unless that's connected to some sort of benefit that solves their urgent pain point. So if I talk about this Sharpie, and I talk about how bold the text is or the drawing is when you put it out there, they don't care about that unless there's some real connection to their pain point. So how can we dress this up and make this fancier? Part of it starts by understanding the segment that you're talking to. For example, if you wanted to sell this pen to a business owner, you could say, this is the pen, the very pen that I used to sign a contract for a $45 million exit from my last company. And suddenly, this exact same object is special. It has a unique story. The same thing applies to health offers in direct response. A vial or jar or whatever that features some basic ingredients isn't really all that compelling yet. You're just listing a bunch of features. But if you can turn all of those features into some kind of compelling hook, that'll elevate the desirability of the exact same product. Remember, health offers sell transformation, not just ingredients. So as an affiliate, your job is to plug into the existing narrative that the seller has already proven is converting. So with that in mind, let's talk about the core hook structure. So let me sketch those out. First, we have a pain point. Next, we have a unique mechanism. And lastly, we have a journey or a transformation. Let's break this down. First of all, we've got pain point. Every quality health offer starts with a pain point that a particular audience really wants to solve. So the universal example of that would be weight loss. In weight loss, a strong hook will take that pain point and then allude to the journey or transformation that will alleviate the pain, and it does so with something called a unique mechanism. If you've been immersed in the world of direct response for any length of time, you've probably heard this term. But if not, unique mechanism refers to a special differentiator that allows one particular solution to work when other solutions don't. So for example, with the ClickBank weight loss supplement Myelin, this offer had a famous purple peel exploit, and that is a powerful, weird-sounding, curiosity-driving unique mechanism that also lends itself super well to eye-catching visuals that can stop the scroll in paid ads. Another example of a unique mechanism is just add this to your morning coffee. That's Java burns. And this is a behavior pattern that's easy and familiar, but different enough from their everyday routine to be intriguing. All top health offers on ClickBank lean into some kind of unique mechanism for their product. So as an affiliate, your job is to find what that is and then use it or adapt it for your marketing. Fortunately, it's really easy to find. It'll usually be highlighted probably near the very top of their affiliate page, and it'll probably also be visible on their pitch page, whether that's a text sales letter, a video sales letter, some sort of a hybrid page. It should be front and center. Let's say we want to promote Java Burn and use that, add it to your coffee unique mechanism. We can lean on actual language that I found from the Java Burn sales page to make our own hook more effective. Something to the effect of, what if your morning coffee could ignite your metabolism more than hours of cardio? Knowing this hook in their VSL, and the unique mechanism of your morning coffee gives us a lot to work with in promoting this product. Now, I also want you to think in terms of a couple other things: storytelling and social proof. A compelling story in your marketing will showcase the before and after life states and demonstrate the transformation while staying compliant, of course. So, if the before is someone feeling tired, frustrated, or in pain, you want an after state to show them energetic, engaged, happy. And lastly, think in terms of the entire buyer's journey, not just your ad. Remember, it looks like this. So from your ads traffic source, you'll sell the click to your bridge page, and from your bridge page, you'll need to maintain congruity to keep the user moving on to the sales page, also known as the pitch page. What combination of hook plus storytelling plus visuals will get the user to keep moving through this funnel? Well, luckily for you, ClickBank's health offer owners are the best in the business, and they work with A-list copywriters. So whatever unique mechanism they have chosen for their product, you know it's already been vetted. The best advice is just lean on that while adjusting it slightly with your own unique spin. Even just 3% different is enough to break through in a crowded digital feed, but still present a consistent and unified experience for the user from that ad to the bridge page, to the sales page, to the purchase. And then one other key component is social proof. You'll often see things like 4.8 stars on 4,816 reviews, and that is so intentional. It gives someone who's looking at this permission to believe it could work for them. So if the offer that you're promoting includes any social proof at all, don't hesitate to cite that in your own campaigns as a hook or as supporting evidence, whether that's somewhere in the primary text for a Facebook ad, somewhere in the YouTube ad video script, or as one of the bullet points on your pre-lander. Or for extra credit, consider gathering and including your own testimonials, reviews, and star ratings. When it comes to hooks, do not reinvent the wheel. If you're promoting a winning offer, start by studying their VSL, top creatives, and email swipes. They chose this messaging for a reason, because it works. Ask yourself, what is the unique mechanism? What pain are they agitating? What transformation are they promising? Next, make sure there's congruency. Align your ad hook with the offer's core story. If the VSL leans heavily on a unique ingredient from a special region, such as the purple peel exploit, don't just run a generic lose weight fast hook. Follow the proven angle. Ultimately, hooks are how you get the click that leads to the sale, and that matters a ton for day zero profits. But if all you care about is the sale, you're playing a short game. There's actually a lot more to be aware of to maximize your profitability as an affiliate. Let's talk about those levers next. All right, lesson 5, the profit killers, refunds and compliance. The ultimate profit killers for affiliates are refunds/chargebacks and compliance headaches. First, let's dig into refunds and chargebacks. What are they? So refunds are when a customer asks for their money back after purchasing a product. Simple. Chargebacks are when a customer skips past the refund stage and disputes the charge with their bank or credit card issuer, which then forces a reversal of the transaction. Obviously, that's really bad. Health offers tend to be impulse purchases, so the refund rate can be high, sometimes in the 10 to 15% range, or roughly 1 in 10 buyers. That's not great for the seller of a product on ClickBank, but how does it affect you as the affiliate? Well, there are 2 ways you can get paid. Revenue share, sometimes referred to as rev share, or CPA, cost per action. If you're getting paid on a revenue share basis on ClickBank, that means a revenue or chargeback comes out of the commission you were paid and it's deducted from your account. It's sort of a live by the sword, die by the sword situation.
Yeah, man.
Basically, you share in the total sales, but you also share in the refunds. On the other hand, a cost per action payment, or CPA payment, is a flat commission for every sale you deliver, no matter what. So if you're paid $150 per sale with CPA for 10 sales, and 2 of those customers refund, you don't owe the $300 that didn't stick. That money is still yours to keep. Most media buyer affiliates driving scale on ClickBank prefer to be paid with CPA commissions so they can count on the revenue they're generating compared to their costs. However, even if you get CPA commissions, this doesn't mean you're in the clear. An offer owner will only work with you on a CPA basis if it's profitable for them, obviously. So when you have too many refunds and chargebacks on the traffic you send, that lowers the amount of CPA commission they can even afford to pay out per sale. And if the refund rate is consistently too high, they may stop working with you on a CPA basis altogether. So what can you do on the affiliate side to improve your refund and chargeback rate? There's a few things. First, choose quality offers in general and for your audience specifically. Not all products are created equal, and a product that fits one audience may not fit another. Picking the right product to promote is an important step. There's a clear through line between the product you're promoting and customer satisfaction. Next, As it'll be a damper, but be realistic in your marketing. As the first touch point for a potential customer, you have a responsibility to bring attention to an offer without overpromising or setting insane expectations. Put yourself in a customer's shoes. If you're promised the world in an affiliate ad or an email or a video, and then the product that you go on to purchase doesn't deliver, then you wouldn't be surprised when they want their money back. At ClickBank, we acknowledge that it's not fully in your control whether a customer chooses to refund. In some ways, it's just the luck of the draw, but it's worth taking steps to keep those to a minimum so that you maintain your good standing with ClickBank and with all of your seller relationships. Compliance is another important area to get right in the health and fitness niche. First, check the offer owner's affiliate page to see what they say about compliance. Next, top ad networks take the health niche very seriously, and an interruption in your campaign could kill your momentum. So here are a couple quick rules of thumb to stay compliant. Avoid unproven health claims. Specifically, don't use words like cure, reverse, guaranteed, etc. in your ad copy or creatives. Also, be very careful with before and after images. Many platforms have strict rules, so it's safer to assume you can't use them. It's also not that hard to find the specific platform ad policies around health and fitness and wellness and beauty and cosmetics. You can search for those for Meta, for Google, etc. Keep in mind, if an offer owner has survived on a big traffic platform for a long time, they're probably doing something right on compliance, so lean on that. Now, I've shared some examples of things you can do on the affiliate side to improve the refund rate. There are definitely more levers that you can pull on the seller side in order to keep those refund rates lower. So if you are currently or you aspire to be a health offer owner, here are a couple quick tips for you. First of all, think very carefully about the open and unboxing experience. Use custom packaging, not generic bottles in brown, ugly boxes. Add custom inserts with instructions, tips, mini quick start guides. Include surprise bonuses, digital recipes, ebooks, workout plans, health habit checklists. Also very important are nurture sequences. Provide follow-up content that teaches people how to get the most out of the product. So by this point in the video, you should know who you're selling to, you should know where they're coming from online, and you should have an understanding of how to maximize profitability. The next piece is timing your campaigns based on seasonality. This is a crucial lesson, so pay attention. All right, lesson 6, seasonality in health and fitness. No matter which product category or industry you're thinking of, there are typically some periods with higher sales volume and there are some with lower sales volume. Let's take a common example that has nothing to do with affiliate marketing. It's just retail sales. If I asked you, well, when are sales typically high? You'd probably say, well, around Black Friday through Christmas every year, right? That's when people will either buy a bunch of stuff that seems like it's on sale, or either for themselves or to give other people as gifts during the holidays. Now, that doesn't mean that those same stores don't get any sales the rest of the year, but they always plan around that seasonal trend. So, what does seasonality look like in the health and fitness niche? Overall, health and fitness is a year-round or evergreen niche, and that makes sense. People don't only worry about their health at certain times of year, but some health sub-niches do have noticeable spikes at various times. For example, if we take weight loss, like Java Burn, which I mentioned earlier, the weight loss niche obviously sees big spikes during Q1 based on New Year's resolutions, and also in the run-up to summer when people want to look really good in a swimsuit. Next, you have something like joints as a sub-niche, with Joint Genesis being the example offer. Joint products often do better in cooler months because the weather affects joints and it can literally agitate that pain for the customers. Another example, respiratory, and the offer is Breathe. Respiratory is an emerging health niche, but the need for better breathing can tie into things like the flu season or the allergy season or the forest fire season. Next, we have beauty, the example offer there being Prime Biome. Beauty, like a lot of the other ones, is mostly evergreen, but it might do better around certain events or holidays where it's important to look your best. One more note, there's a window each year where cost per impressions or CPMs on ad networks tend to come in cheaper, and that is from December 26th through late January. And things then will normalize throughout the rest of the year. So as an affiliate, what are your takeaways regarding seasonality in the health and fitness niche? First of all, don't only show up in Q1. The best way to utilize Q1 and Q2 peaks is to fund your testing budget and build your email list so that you can have year-round promos for the same or similar offers. Another tip is to rotate your sub niches. So if your main niche is weight loss and the CPMs are spiking for weight loss ads right now, you can temporarily pivot and push relevant offers in shoulder niches to the same audience. So for example, blood sugar or maybe joint offers. To do this effectively, think about other problems that may crop up alongside the original pain point you're solving for your ideal customer, and then find the solutions for those that you can promote. And then test and optimize when the CPMs are cheaper. Use that valuable period in late December and early January to test ad creatives so you can get the valuable performance data at the best possible price, and then you can scale winners throughout the remainder of the year. Think about it. When you know you're not likely to be profitable and you're still just in testing phase, it's great to do that when your costs are lower. So hopefully that is helpful information for you on seasonality. Now, let's talk about the backend. Lesson 7, the backend, where serious money is made. So if you followed everything we've shared in this video up until now, you can do extremely well in the health and fitness niche. But there's one more secret ingredient that could be a total game changer for you, and it's called the backend. If the front end is all that revenue you receive upfront when you make a sale from cold traffic through something like ads, the backend is where revenue really stacks up. So let's start with a quick definition. Backend is simply everything that happens after the first sale or opt-in. So if I'm being honest, this talk of backend is kind of taboo for affiliates. A lot of affiliates come to the business model because of the simplicity where they just run traffic to an offer, they take their profits, and then they can either move on or reinvest back into their campaign for even more profits. So the problem with that is if you're only sending raw traffic and you're never thinking about the backend, then you might just choose offers that don't monetize well after that first sale, or miss opportunities to negotiate higher payouts with brands that have strong back-end revenue, including recurring commissions. Because in reality, there are offers that don't work as well with front-end cold traffic, but are huge moneymakers on email. As I've mentioned before, right now the #1 traffic source on ClickBank is email. So this is not something you want to sleep on. Now I get it, you may not be interested in building your own email list, growing your own brand, or creating your own offer because there's a lot of infrastructure required to make those work. But they are also huge levers you can pull to maximize profitability in the health and fitness niche. So if that is something you're open to learning about, I'm gonna briefly touch on how brands win in this space. So when you create your own health offer, and especially if you're hoping to recruit the top affiliates to promote it for you, it's important to understand the bigger picture. The brand that can pay the most for a customer is not just the one with the highest average order value or AOV on the initial sale. It's the one with the highest lifetime value. In fact, that's so important, I wanna write it down. LTV is greater than AOV. The LTV number matters in affiliate marketing because affiliates are only one avenue for acquiring customers. So it stands to reason the higher your lifetime value is, the more money you can offer an affiliate to bring you sales, and the better those affiliates will be as a result. I'm gonna walk you through an example to show you what I mean. Say brand A has an average order value of $200 on their product, but their LTV is also $200. That means a customer orders from them once and then never again. Now let's compare that to brand B, which has an average order value of $150, which would make it seem worse than brand A, but it has a lifetime value per customer of $300, which is still modest, but obviously a lot better. So if we analyze that, what it means is they get an average of 1 repeat order per customer, and that boosts the value of each customer by 100%. As a result, brand A can't afford to pay out an affiliate commission any higher than $200, while brand B could theoretically pay up to $300 per sale and attract the best affiliates. Now, obviously, this is just back of the sketchbook math, but the point stands. If you build a brand or an offer with a healthy back end, then you don't have to be profitable on day one to make a strong profit overall. And that means you have a lot more margin to pay the best affiliates. But with that advice comes a big caveat, which is you need to know your numbers like the back of your hand, or you could lose a lot of money overpaying for those customers. And one more crucial point. As a seller with a buyer's list, you have a perfect flywheel for acting not just as an offer owner, but an affiliate as well. Simply find complementary products to promote to your email list alongside your own to turbocharge the value of every customer that you get. Okay, now you've got the niche, the traffic, the hooks, the backend, the compliance, the timing. You got everything. It's time to wrap things up with a quick, simple checklist you can follow to actually take action as a health affiliate as soon as this video is over. First, you're gonna pick a sub-niche and customer avatar. For example, women over 45 who wanna lose 20 to 30 pounds and feel more energized. Then, you're gonna go look in the ClickBank marketplace for 1 to 2 proven offers. You're gonna analyze it by average order value, average payout, quality of the VSL or hook on their pitch page, and signs of strong backend. They've got upsells, they've got bundles, they've got an email focus. Also study the offer's VSL and creatives. You're gonna wanna identify their main pain point, their transformation promise, their unique mechanism. You're gonna craft congruent creatives that you can use in your video or image ad hooks that will reflect the unique mechanism and the transformation. You're gonna start small on traffic, maybe Facebook cold, maybe YouTube. You'll test multiple hooks, multiple audiences potentially, and some different aspects of your pre-landers, probably starting with headline and then maybe the image. And hopefully you'll build your own backend starting on day 1. Always collect emails for your own list when possible and promote related offers to that list. So in conclusion, here's what we've covered in this video. We've talked about why health and fitness, especially supplements, are still one of the most powerful affiliate niches. We've talked about how to think about traffic and platform congruency, especially on Facebook and YouTube. We've talked about how the best offers use hooks, stories, and unique mechanisms to sell the transformation. We've talked about why backend systems, customer lifetime value, and customer experience are what allow brands to pay the top dollar to affiliates. We've talked about how seasonality, timing, and compliance should all fit into your long-term strategy. I hope this video was super helpful for you if you are interested in promoting affiliate products in the health and fitness niche or creating your very own. And again, we will drop a link in the description for our landing page solution for you if that's something that would be interesting to you. Your next move is to go choose a winning affiliate offer to promote. In this other video, we reveal the top 5 supplements on ClickBank right now, so you can put all of this new health and fitness niche knowledge into practice. So be sure to check that out next. And until next time, happy scaling.